What's up, family? Man, this video is gonna be real intimate. It's gonna be a real heartfelt video. I'm asked a lot, man, what makes you a life coach? What makes you a mentor? You know, what makes you a somebody that could reach other people and talk to them and connect with them where they're at? Man, family, is just, I've gone through so much, you know what I mean? I haven't just gone through it, but I've grown through it. So that's the difference between the great majority of us. You know, so many of us go through stuff, but we've never taken the time to grow through it. And when you don't grow through it, you're gonna keep going through it until you grow through it. Man, I hope you guys got that. You're going to keep going through it until you grow through it. Okay? Man, it's crucial that you understand that. Okay? So that's the difference between what I do and what so many other people, do, is that, man, I've grown through so much. Not that I know everything, because I don't know everything. I've just grown through so much. Last night, I had a session, an hour-long session with a gentleman that contacted me from Canada. And, man, we're talking about shame. And that affects the great majority of us. You know what I mean? Shame is a devastating thing to have to carry. You know, I remember being a kid and being molested at church, and the crazy thing is that, man, I remember this like it happened like a week ago. I was in my room as a 6-year-old kid, and, man, again, my father murdered my mom, and so I'm living with my aunt, and I'm in my room, and she's really religious, and so I've been living with her since I was 2 years old. So at 6 years old, I've been indoctrinated into Christianity for 4 years. And I mean, it was hardcore Christianity. Everything was a sin. Everything was sending you to hell. You know what I mean? And so as a 6-year-old kid, I'm crying out to God, and I had so many ministers that came and laid their hands on me during revivals and all these other things. Man, you're going to be this powerful man of God, and whoopty with the whoop, man, God's called you and God's chosen you and blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? And so at 6 years old, I'm in my room and I'm crying out to God, and I'm telling God, man, because I never want to be a preacher. I've never wanted to be a preacher at all. That's just not my thing. And so it's like, all right, God, I'll go where you want me to go. I'll do what you want me to do. Just give me these 5 things. Give me these 5 characteristics. You know what I mean? Give me these 5 things, and I'll go and I'll do and I'll help anybody and everybody you want me to. And what are those 5 things? Man, God, give me the love of David. Give me the faith of Job. Give me the strength of Samson. Who's it? Give me the teaching ability of Paul. And there's one more, the wisdom of Solomon. And so I'm crying out to God for these 5 things. I didn't ask for money, didn't ask for fame, didn't ask for any of that stuff, right? Just these 5 things: the wisdom of Solomon, the love of David, the faith of Job, the strength of Samson, and the teaching ability of Paul. It's like, that's all I needed. It's like, God, just give me those, and man, I'll have what I need to reach everybody you want me to reach. I'll have the stuff that I need to be able to help everybody you want me to help. And then the following week, I was molested at church for the first time. I've been molested twice as a 6-year-old kid, and that jacked me up. It jacked me up to the point where I'm angry, I'm bitter, I'm so confused. My world has been flipped upside down. I went from believing and trusting God, praying to God, and telling God, man, I'll go, I'll do whatever you want me to do. Just give me these 5 things. And God never answered that prayer directly. You know what I mean? I didn't understand that he had answered that prayer, but stay with me, I'm going somewhere. And so in my mind, as a 6-year-old kid, you have to understand, I was just 6 years old. And so as a 6-year-old kid, I took it as God just gave me the middle finger. You know what I mean? God straight flipped me off and like, man, F you, Elijah. I don't agree to that. You're not getting those 5 things. You're not worthy of those 5 things. You're not getting those 5 things. That's how I took it. That's how I took it. And so, man, I carried this shame. The shame of being molested. And again, in a black church, you don't talk about that stuff. You don't talk about that stuff now. So you know you wasn't talking about that stuff back in the 70s. In the black community, for whatever reason, and I'm not shaming black people, I'm black. Come on, I got 7 black kids. Grow up. In the black community, we have this thing where you'll give a pass to these predators in your family. You won't say nothing about them. That's the family secret. But you want to get on social media and blast everybody else with your Christian hypocrisy. You know what I mean? You want to dog and demonize everybody else, but all these predators get a free pass. It is what it is. You know, excuse me for that rant. But man, so I'm carrying this shame. The shame of God. God don't even want me. God don't even love me. My family don't care about me. What did I do to deserve this? Why does God hate me? Why is my life so effed up? Again, understand, I was 6 years old. My mom was murdered when I was 2 years old. Now at 6 years old, I've been molested twice by church people, by Christians. After I just pleaded with God, telling him, man, I'll go where you want me to go. I'll do what you want me to do. Help me. Help me spread your word. Help me spread your love. And I'll go. I'll do it. I just need these 5 things. Shame. And it's crazy because as this gentleman was talking to me last night and we were talking about shame, man, I was like, I believe I've done a video on this. You know, if I haven't, this is why I'm doing it. You know what I mean? But man, shame is so debilitating. Shame locks us up in a prison. And it's crazy because you know what? Shame will make you feel like you're all alone. Shame will make you feel like nobody understands you. Shame will make you feel like, man, nobody's going through the hell that you're going through. Shame will make you feel like, man, there's no way out. I can't escape this. I can't escape this. Shame will make us feel like, God, I really do suck. And man, I'm not worthy of anybody loving me. I'm not worthy of anybody valuing me. I'm not worthy of anybody appreciating me. I'm not worthy of anybody liking me. We know we're good people, but the shame kicks in. It's like, you ain't crap. You're kidding yourself. You ain't worthy of love. That's why he's cheating on you. You ain't worthy of love. That's why she broke your heart. You ain't worthy of love. That's why your family don't even accept you. That's why your family don't even like you. That's why your mom and your dad don't even want nothing to do with you. Shame will have us so twisted. So twisted. It's like, and we can't talk about it. You know what I mean? Because everybody puts on this facade. Everybody gets all cleaned up. You know what I mean? And everybody on social media, man, they look good, talk good. You know what I mean? They posting all these cool pictures, but they ain't telling you that they dying inside. You know what I mean? They ain't telling you that they're frustrated and they're ready to put a bullet in their head. They ain't telling you they're ready to slit their wrist. They ain't telling you they're ready to pop a bunch of pills and just end it all. You know what I mean? Because of shame. So many of us carry that baggage. So many of us carry that struggle. And you don't have to have my experience. A lot of people don't have my experience, but some people do. You can have shame just because you're the black sheep of the family. You can have shame because your sexuality. You can't talk about your sexuality with your family because you know they're not going to embrace it. You can have shame because you can be married to a lady, but internally you're like, man, I'm really attracted to guys. You can have shame because you're married to a man, but really detest him and really be attracted to women. But you can't talk about that. especially if you're in church. Shame. Shame is a sickness that keeps spreading, and it spreads throughout your entire body. It spreads throughout your entire life. Shame will make you lose your voice. And what I mean by that, man, you'll stop speaking your truth. You'll stop standing firm on what you believe because, man, what if they find out? So we cower down. We don't want to look people eye to eye no more. I remember as a kid, everybody used to always say, man, Elijah, you're always violent. You're always fighting and you always got an anger. And what's wrong with you? You're just always mad and whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. Man, nobody knew that I was carrying this shame. And so I could see people smiling and laughing, looking in my direction. And my ignorant self, because of my shame, my issues, I see two people laughing and looking in my direction. And I automatically think that they laughing at me. I automatically think that they know my story, that they know my experiences, that they know that I was molested. And so to me, I look at them laughing and I assume that they're laughing at me, that they're talking about me. And so I walk up to them, man, what's so funny? Go through, and before they can say anything, mouth. Because in my ignorance, I personalized it. I saw two people laughing that didn't know nothing about what I went through. There's no way for them to have known what I went through. But I didn't even think about that. I just saw them laughing and looking in my direction, and I personalized it because of my shame. Shame. There's some people that carry shame because they're addicted to pornography. And they're in a relationship. But their spouse don't know that they're addicted to porn. Some people carry shame because they have a gambling problem. Some people carry shame because they've lost everything. And they don't want people to know how broke they really are. Some people carry shame because somebody abandoned them, somebody kicked them to the curb, somebody left them for somebody else. And so shame kicks in. And shame doesn't just come by itself. Shame brings a bunch of baggage with it. Shame brings all his homies with him. All his homies. And they just camp up right up here. See, because you have to recognize, shame brings his homie invalidation. Shame brings his homie, you're unloved. Shame brings his homie, you ain't worthy. Shame brings a whole bunch of stuff with it. Shame brings anger. Shame brings mistrust. Shame brings low self-esteem. Shame brings self-hatred. Shame brings all his homies, and they just camp out right up here. Shame will cause you to end it all. Shame will cause you to end it all. There's so many people that carry shame for whatever reason. And now everybody's looking at them like they're twisted. Everybody's looking at them like they're crazy. Everybody's looking at them like, man, what's wrong with you? You always take 10 off of you. always doing extra. Man, because they can't see your shame. And the great majority of us, we don't even realize that we react the way we do. We live the way we do because of shame. My hope and prayer is that we learn why we have that shame. We take the time to do the shadow work. And what do I mean by doing the shadow work? You sit there and you go into your subconscious thoughts. You sit there and you meditate. I talked about the other day about alignment, aligning your ego, your mind with your heart and with your soul. Because I don't care how much shame you carry, your heart is still pure. So many of us don't want to get in relationships again because of the shame of being hurt. And so we built these walls of protection so we don't get hurt again. You have to do the work. You have to stop hiding. You didn't come here to hide. You came here to be a beacon of hope, a beacon of love, a beacon of joy. You can't do that hiding. And shame makes you hide. You can't hide and help humanity. You can't hide and give love. You can't hide and give light. Giving light, giving love, giving joy, giving hope makes you a beacon where everybody can see you. But we don't want that attention because we carry shame. So we want to stay in the back. We want to work behind the scenes. Because we carry shame. And we don't want people to find out our secrets. We have to understand that it's not just us. All that we've gone through, it wasn't just for us. All that we've gone through, all that I experienced, it wasn't just for me. It was for me. But it was bigger than me. It was so that I could understand shame. My shame may not be your shame, but it hurts just the same. We have different experiences, but the pain is still the same. We have different experiences, but the feelings are still the same. But because we don't talk to each other because of shame, we don't open up and become transparent with each other because we're scared of being rejected. And we're scared of people knowing our pain and knowing our suffering and laughing at us and all this other stuff. And so we don't talk about shame. We don't talk about ourselves. Excuse the background noise. We don't talk about our issues. You know what I mean? Shame. Shame has silenced our voice. I don't know, that is the dumpster, I think. Shame has silenced our voice. It silenced us. Man, and so we have to learn that, man, we have to take risk. We have to open up. We have to become transparent with each other. Why? Because it is in me being transparent that I empower other people to become transparent. It is in me sharing my story that I tell everybody else, man, it's not just you. You're not the only one going through this. You're not the only one suffering with this. Man, we're all suffering with this to some degree. We've all carried shame to some degree. Find your voice. Find your courage. Knowing that, man, it's all good. It's all good. Man, you know, it's a trip because I never imagined, I was talking to the young man last night, when I started these videos, August 23rd of 2020, I never imagined that I would reach as many people as I have. I had never imagined that my videos would be watched in over 39 countries outside of the United States. That's not why I started the videos. I started the videos just to pass this information along to my kids and my grandkids. But it's bigger than me. It's bigger than you. Your story is bigger than you. You don't know how many lives you're going to reach. You don't know how many people you're going to help. You're going to empower. You're going to encourage. Share your story. Not from a victim mentality. Share your story from an overcoming mentality of, man, it's all good. All the pain, all the hell that I've gone through, man, it's helped me become who I am. Because I've went through all that stuff, I'm able to touch other people's lives. Because I've gone through all the hell that I've gone through, I'm able to understand their pain and connect with them on that level and encourage them and inspire them and show them, man, there's a way out. You don't have to keep living this way. You don't have to keep feeling this way. Shame. Shame will imprison you for as long as you allow it to. Shame will keep you bottled up and twisted up for as long as you allow it to. Shame will keep you living beneath your purpose for as long as you allow it to. Take back your power. Reclaim your voice. I love you guys. Man, I hope you guys get the heartfelt message. Happy healing. Peace.